My boyfriend told his friends our baby probably isn't his because I'm that type. I heard everything. When he came home smiling, his bags were all ready. I was 8 months pregnant when I heard my boyfriend Kyle tell his friends our baby probably wasn't even his. I'd come home early from my doctor's appointment because my blood pressure was high and they wanted me to rest. Kyle's car was in the driveway, which surprised me since he said he'd be at work. I walked in through the back door quietly because my feet were swollen and I just wanted to lie down. That's when I heard voices coming from the living room. Kyle and 3 of his buddies laughing loud, beers cracking open. I was about to announce myself when I heard my name. Kyle's friend Tony said something like, "You really think that kid's yours?" And Kyle laughed. Honestly, probably not. You know how she is. She's that type of girl. More laughter. His other friend Jake chimed in. "Dude, why are you even still with her then?" Kyle's response made my blood freeze. "Free rent, man. She pays for everything. I just gotta play daddy for a few months and see how it goes. If the kid doesn't look like me, I'm out." They all laughed again like he just told the funniest joke. I stood there in the hallway, hand on my belly, feeling my daughter kick. This man I'd been with for 4 years. This man who moved into my apartment 2 years ago and never paid a single bill. This man who quit his job 8 months ago because it was too stressful and promised he'd find something better. This man who I'd supported through everything while working full-time at the hospital as a radiologist. He was telling his friends I was a gold digger. The irony would be funny if it didn't make me want to vomit. I backed out the same way I came in, drove to my mother's house, didn't cry. Something inside me just went cold and quiet. My mom took one look at my face and knew. What happened? I told her everything. She didn't say a word until I finished. Then she stood up and said, "Let's go get your things." We went back to my apartment the next day while Kyle was actually at a job interview, his first one in months, which I'd set up for him through a connection at the hospital. My mom and I packed everything that was mine, which was almost everything. The furniture I bought, the TV I'd paid for, the dishes, the towels, the bedding. I left him the couch because it was old and I didn't want it anymore. I left his clothes in a pile on the floor. I took my name off the lease, paid the penalty fee, and informed the landlord the remaining tenant would need to requalify on his own. Spoiler, Kyle had no income, no savings, and a credit score in the 400s. I'd been carrying him for years. The apartment was in a nice neighborhood, $2,200 a month. His unemployment had run out 2 months ago. I moved back in with my mom temporarily and blocked Kyle's number. He didn't even notice I was gone until he came home that night. I know this because he showed up at my mother's door at 11 p.m., banging and yelling, "Open the door. What is this? Where's all the stuff? You can't just take everything." My mom called through the door without opening it. She can and she did. "Leave before I call the police." He kept yelling, "That's my baby too. You can't keep me from my kid." My mom's voice was ice. "Funny, yesterday you told your friends it probably wasn't yours." He went quiet. Then his voice changed, softer, desperate. "Babe, that was just guy talk. I didn't mean it. You know I love you." I said nothing. I just sat on my mom's couch, rubbing my belly, feeling nothing. He left eventually. The calls started the next day from different numbers. His mom called, his sister called, even Tony called, the same friend who'd laughed about me being that type of girl, suddenly saying Kyle was really sorry and I should give him another chance. I didn't respond to any of them. 3 weeks later, Kyle got evicted. He moved back in with his parents 2 states away. He sent me a long email about how I'd ruined his life by abandoning him when he needed me most. He said I was cruel and heartless. He said he'd fight for custody. I forwarded the email to my lawyer without responding. 6 weeks later, my daughter was born. She has my eyes and my nose and my grandmother's chin. She's perfect. Kyle requested a paternity test through the court. I agreed immediately. Results came back. 99.97% match. He's the father. He cried when he got the results. According to his sister, who still texts me sometimes, said he felt terrible for ever doubting me. He wanted to be in her life now. He wanted to try again. I let him have supervised visitation once a month. That's what the court decided was appropriate given his lack of stable housing and income. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry anymore. I just see him clearly now. He shows up for visits smelling like beer and playing dad for an hour before checking his phone. My daughter doesn't know the difference yet. She's only 4 months old, but she will. She'll grow up knowing exactly who was there every single day and who showed up once a month to take pictures for his Instagram. Last week, his sister texted me saying Kyle's been telling everyone I trapped him with a baby and ruined his life. I read the message, then deleted it. My daughter is sleeping in her crib right now. I'm about to start my shift at the hospital. We're doing fine. Better than fine.